Top 10 kid shows that aren't meant for kids. Number 10. Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy is an American animated television show supposedly completely intended for kids. The show premiered on August 11th, 1991. Yes, back in the 90s we were less sensitive, but this is just going way too far. There are multiple scenes of Ren beating Stimpy. There's even a scene where Ren threatens to gouge Stimpy's eyes out. In the Season 2 episode known as Ren's Toothache, it's shown that Ren never brushes his teeth. It even shows his teeth falling out and turning into dust. I mean, come on. Not only did they add a bunch of sexually suggestive scenes like the one shown on screen, they also condone terrible hygiene. Television content creators really need to think about what they are showing to our poor, incoherent children. If you thought all of the things listed so far were bad, you will not believe what I'm about to tell you next. There is a scene of Ren washing a naked woman's chest area. When stumbling across this as a kid, it scared me. I had never seen breasts before up until that point. I was traumatized and now have PTSD because of it. Thanks, Nickelodeon. More like Dickelodeon.
Number 9. Cat Dog. Cat Dog is an American kids show, first airing on April 4th, 1998. The main characters tend to spend a lot of time in each other's mouths. Yet again, another Nickelodeon show condoning improper hygiene. They also have an ongoing sexual innuendo by having one of the characters in the show referred to as lube. Look that one up in the Urban Dictionary, if you're brave enough. Not to mention the main character, or characters rather, of the show is one of the most gruesome things to set eyes upon as a young child. I'm sure we've all wondered how they go number 2. Speaking of numbers, we now move on to our number 8 spot.
Number 8. Rugrats. Rugrats is an American television series that first aired on August 11th, 1991, the same date as Ren and Stimpy. Coincidence? Possibly. One of the production companies includes Wang Film Productions. Look up Wang in the Urban Dictionary if you're brave enough. One of the most shocking adult-themed scenes within Rugrats would have to be the scene of Angelica performing oral sex. There's even a scene where it is clearly implied that Dee Dee abuses Stu. For what reason was this added to the show? Was it supposed to be comedic? Such poor taste for a television series supposedly meant for young children. Speaking of taste, it's about time we bite into number 7.
Number 7. Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh is an American television show once again aired on Nickelodeon. The show was created by Dan Schneider. One of the producers of the show was Robin Wiener. Look that up in the Urban Dictionary, if you're brave enough. The original release began on January 11th, 2004. The series follows white cis male stepbrothers known as Drake Bell and Josh Peck. The surname Peck is surprisingly close to the slang term known as pecker. Ironically, Josh Peck is depicted to not feature any pecks, mainly because the show is an ongoing mockery of the unfortunately destined beta males. Drake Bellhead is consistently asserting his dominance by knowing how to play the guitar and ridiculing Josh for dressing up as a beautiful lady.
Why are you dressed like Queen Latifah?
If you're a member of the LGBT community, this is one show you definitely don't want to show your kids. One thing is for certain, this show wouldn't fly these days, and that's a good thing. Speaking of fly, let's fly right into number 6.
Number 6. Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo is an American television show created by Van Partible for Cartoon Network. The original release started on July 7th, 1997. The show basically revolves around a dirty pervert that constantly sexually harasses women. There's even a scene where he takes a female clown into the restroom to relieve himself.
In case of evil clown, pull string. Sounds good to me.
Just because many people on the internet consider Earth to be a clown world, that doesn't make this acceptable. Those behind the show were even ruthless enough to take a jab at 9/11. If you see your child watching this show, it'd be a good idea to call 911. Johnny Bravo is also supposed to be a parody of Elvis Presley. I don't even like saying that name due to the controversy he was grouped into. Look at this abomination. He's obviously trying to send a subliminal message to our children. Let's move on to number 5 before I throw up.
Number 5. My Life as a Teenage Robot. My Life as a Teenage Robot is an American television show that first aired on January 5th, 1999 on Nickelodeon. Once again, American and on Nickelodeon. When I was a kid, I was browsing the internet on my favorite website at the time, www.realnickelodeonsex.com, and stumbled upon this snippet of an episode. We have to thoroughly censor this, but I'm sure you would get the idea. As you can see, they were participating in intercourse right there. What kid needs to see their favorite characters participating in intercourse? That's right, none. That's best reserved for adults. This is an outrage. What do the creators have to say about the abomination they created? Nothing. Not a single thing has been said about this. This world has become a very dark place for the people who aren't adults. It's truly sickening. Speaking of sick, number 4 is definitely not for the faint of heart.
Number 4, Little Bill. All you need to know is that this show was created by Bill Cosby, aka Pill Cosby.
Number 3, Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales is a Japanese Asian foreign country television series that originated from the sick and twisted mind of Akira Toriyama. It first aired on April 26, 1989. The show heavily encourages violence. The show has also been known to feature scenes of young male children in their birthday suit. If Akira Toriyama has not yet been investigated, I say that it should happen sometime soon, so that we can get to the bottom of why he likes to draw male children in their birthday suit. This world has become a very dark place for the people who have birthdays. Speaking of dark, I hope you're ready for number 2. Make sure you've taken a number 2 before continuing to number 2.
Number 2, Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues is an American television series that premiered on Nickelodeon on September 8th, 1996. It ended on August 6th, 2006, and had a total of 6 seasons. Make of that what you will. The show's main characters are a creepy man that constantly talks to the camera and has an imaginary blue dog. The show is basically a big documentation of a schizophrenic person. If you don't want your kids to develop schizophrenic tendencies, I'd say keep them far from this show. Speaking of schizophrenia, the next show condones kids to induce themselves with schizophrenia.
Number 1, VeggieTales. VeggieTales is an American television series that began on December 21st, 1993. The show heavily promotes the idea of the existence of a god to young children. It is a well-known fact in the scientific community that there exists no such thing. So why does this show get away with blatantly misinforming the youth? We've already had to deal with this in the public education system. Now they're trying to indoctrinate your children through the television set while you're off to work. Pay attention to your little shits, because they could one day believe in God. And do you want that? No, I didn't think so. If you're a soon-to-be parent looking for child-friendly child shows to show your children, my recommendation would be to not have children. This world is a very dark place. It's a randomized meat grinder. We're constantly running from suffering. We have to stimulate our minds and bodies, otherwise they break down. We're born to be hungry, not to be satisfied. When you create life, you create death. It's like locking someone in a small building with a serial killer. The killer will eventually catch up. You pathetic piece of shit. You get a kick out of that serial killer chasing your important little gremlin, don't ya? Ought to find where you live and break in your fucking house and murder whoever.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Top 10 Kids Shows That Aren't Meant for Kids. Make sure you subscribe, or Jozial will find you. And murder your whole family.
Why did you write that?
What? What are you talking about?
That line right fucking there. You know I can go to jail for that, and I ain't going back to fucking jail.
Whoa, dude, it's already on YouTube.
That makes no fucking sense. We're recording this right now.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do, man.
Already said I wasn't going back to jail. What the fuck? Huh? Why the fuck is there a train headed toward my house?